What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody, where today we're continuing with our Final Girl coverage. We are doing a Series 1 module, scenario, whatever the proper term would be. We're doing a Series 1 scenario because we haven't done it yet. I know we've been mostly going through Series 2, but I wanted to break out one of the Series 1 scenarios because it's been a while. We only have one more Series 2 one to do. It's the one based on Alien, which I don't remember the name of at the moment. And we still have 3 Series 1 ones to go through, not including the vignettes. So I figured we would do a Series 1. We are doing the Haunting of Creech Manor with our friend, the Poltergeist, as the enemy. We're trying to get away from here. They're kind of doing like a Charlie Brown dance here, I think is what's going on. They're starting off in the bathroom. We are going to be playing as Alice. We are currently up here in this other bathroom at the top of a ladder. We're going to be playing as Alice. Saving victims will grant us 2 time, 2 spaces for 1 heart regeneration. Take a cost 2 or less action card. Move up to 2 spaces, or move 1 space. After we save victims, choose 1 named action card. For the remainder of the game, whenever you play that named action card, always roll exactly 5 dice, regardless of the horror level or any modifiers. Wow. Wow. For each additional victim saved, recover 1 heart. That's a pretty crazy power. And it's going to help us if we get to that point, because in this scenario, as you can see with the Poltergeist over here, she doesn't have any health. There is no health on the Poltergeist. The way that we complete this scenario, the way that we win this scenario, is we have to find Caroline, who we do have a very small miniature for right here. We have to find Caroline somewhere in one of the item decks. So she is either hiding in the closet, the attic, or the garage. And then we have to take her to one of the exits in order to beat the scenario. There is a dark power card that can potentially come out, that will require us to also find her missing stuffed rabbit before we can escape with her. That's an option. We'll see what happens. However, that is our goal for this scenario, is to find Caroline and take her to safety. There are only a couple things that are really different about the board itself. There are a couple spaces on the right side here and 1 space on the left side here that are considered window spaces. The one on the left side here can be traversed down and up as if they were connected. There is a ladder right here. You can go up and down. However, on this side, you can see there are those 2 white arrows there. You're only allowed to move from the top space down to the bottom, but you can't go from the bottom back up to these 2 spaces. So that could be some convenient way to get to an exit quicker if we need to. That would be, ballroom. It's a ballroom, not a bathroom. She's not starting in the bathroom. She's starting in the ballroom. That's definitely different. The 3 spaces we need to search, the garage is down here and doesn't connect to the outside, which makes sense as far as the scenario goes. Obviously, you wouldn't want to be it too easy if she's hiding in the garage, but also, what garage doesn't lead outside? Does anyone have a garage that doesn't lead outside? Let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested in knowing that. I need to give myself my health. I haven't done that. I should do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got our health. And that's pretty much it. That's really all there is for the board. The only other thing is that these 3 spaces are considered outside spaces. Everything else is considered an inside space. That is something we've dealt with before, so not a big deal. And that's pretty well it. That's pretty well it. So we're going to just start. We're going to just start. We're going to get into this. We have to reveal our first event card. It is Liquid Courage. Victims will follow you into the killer's space. That's helpful, especially if Caroline, excuse me, especially if Caroline's considered a victim, because if she's considered a victim and she won't move into the space, well, I guess there's multiple ways we could get out. So I suppose that's, anyway, that's helpful. That basically means we can move right through the poltergeist if we need to. And that's it. We just need to start. So we can't search anything this turn, but we can try to get to the attic. The attic's the closest place we can get to. So we can try and get to the attic and start searching up there. It'll also possibly get us the crucifix. We'll see. We need to start with our basic cards here. So we've got our weak attack and our short rest, which obviously at the moment we do not need. So we're just going to discard those to gain some time. We're definitely going to want to buy searches this round, which is something that I'm actually kind of interested in, because every other scenario I've done, we really haven't used all that many searches. I've tried to do searches here and there, but usually we just kind of rely on our action cards and don't really go for any items. So having to search is definitely a change of pace, which is nice. We're going to start with our focuses here. The horror track only starts at 3, so it shouldn't be too hard to get it down here. And look at that, starting things off with 2 successes. Won't complain about that. We gain 2 time for that, and the horror track goes down 1. If this other focus is as successful, it's not. We got 1. So the horror track does go down, but we lose 1 time. So at least we now have 3 dice on all subsequent rolls, which we're going to walk. We're going to try and get to the attic. Oh, that's bad. All we have is a partial here. So that kind of sucks. We only have 1 card left, so I can't do anything with that. I think I'm just going to take the 2 time on this one. We don't have a whole lot of health, so I don't want to risk getting rid of it too soon. We're going to try another walk here. And look at that. Perfect. 3 successes makes up for that last one, I guess. So we're going to go 1, 2, and we lose a time for using that. Now, we are not in the attic, unfortunately, which means with the sprint, we can either go over to the closet or we can go to the attic. However, we are going to be taking both of these searches regardless. So that's going to be 4. That puts us down to 2, and we need to take a sprint so that we can move. So that's going to be our last 2. These all go here for next round. This will be our hand for next turn. And it is now the Poltergeist turn. So the Poltergeist's action, they get to move towards the closest victim or final girl and attack. They have a movement of 2, an attack of 1. Now, unfortunately, I was so prepared to be like, I had this whole monologue about how I need to remember that killers don't move every turn, because it's something we forgot when we were playing a knock at the door. We definitely messed that one up. And I was coming into this, I was like, I need to remember, killers don't move, killers don't move. And I flipped the card up and the killer's moving every turn. So us making mistakes on those last rounds is beneficial, because now I'm just going to be playing the way I've been, be playing the way that I've been playing anyway. So hopefully it doesn't go too bad. So they get to move towards the closest victim or final girl and kill them. They would likely come into the foyer and then up the stairs here, because it's going to come closer to us, even though this person's down here. So unfortunately, we have our first dead victim up here. And that's going to bring our track up by 1, which is going to bring the horror track up by 1, unfortunately. So that's going to put us back down to 2 dice. Okay. That's that. Tarot card. The ground is shaking. Place the poltergeist in your space. In my space? That's a pain. Attack the closest final girl or victim. We're taking 1 damage. That's unfortunate. It's a good thing we didn't take the damage for the walk. If you take any damage, all your moves during the next action phase are panicked. I have to panic on my movements? That's bad. That's bad. That's not good at all. Ugh. So we would basically have to hope that we roll a 3 and a 6 in order to get up to... in order to be able to even get up there. That's a bit of a pain. It's basically a 50-50, right? Well, 1 would take us to the left, 2 would take us to the right. And then I guess 0, we would stay still. Or is it 1 through 6? 3, 1, 2, oh, 3 through 6. So the 4 to 6, what percentage is that? That's a percentage. That's a percentage. 2, 4, 6 thirds, so that's like 66%, right? Something like that. Something like that. I don't math. It's not my... There's a chance we could still end up in the attic. And that's the turn. That's the turn. There's nothing to do in the upkeep. They're not in a space where a victim is, so no one's panicking. So we just got to go to our turn, and unfortunately, we are going to have to panic, provided we even succeed in this roll, I would guess. I would guess we have to succeed the roll first. We got 1 success, so we still get to move 2 spaces and lose a time, but we have to panic those spaces, right? So we need to hope for a 3 to 6. Just going to roll it here. Oh, we got a 6. Perfect. Okay, well, at least we panicked to the space that we wanted to be in. That's nice. We're going to search. And we're looking at 2 successes, 2 5s. So, take 1 time. Take the top 2 item cards at your space and choose 1. Place the other on top, face up, or underneath, face down. So we take a time and we get, where are we? The attic, right? So we get the crucifix and whatever is under the crucifix, which is... Oh, look, it's Mr. Floppy. We don't need Mr. Floppy right now, but I guess we should take Mr. Floppy in case the Caroline, where are you? Dark power? Or no. If the dark power has been revealed, you may remove this from the game and ignore the effects of Caroline, where are you? I think we need to take Mr. Floppy over the crucifix, because if we get Caroline and that power comes up, we're going to be in a bit of a rough spot without having him. So the fact that we found him, I think we should just go with it. So 1 success and a partial success. So we take another time, but we do get to take the top item of the attic, which is... Oh, fuck. It's Caroline. What the shit? What? But that's going to make the game too short. That's going to make the game too short. Uh-oh. So that's really odd that happens. Well, I guess we have Caroline now. So Caroline was hiding in the attic with Mr. Floppy the whole time. She doesn't need to find him at all. He's there. He's there. Shit, man. So the way that I do the item cards is that I shuffle the deck, and then I don't stack 4 in a row. I do each location one at a time. So I do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the fact that they're right beside each other, that's highly suspicious. That is highly, highly suspicious. That is super suspicious. So I guess if someone dies in the attic, if one of these victims die in the attic, does Caroline panic? It doesn't say anything about Caroline panicking, but if she is considered a victim, which is what I was trying to figure out in the first place, then when someone dies, she would be affected by the panic. So we'll play it like that just to make things a little harder for ourselves, but oh man, that's okay. All right, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's our turn. That was all of our stuff. That was all of our stuff. We now need to buy some stuff. We're going to buy the sprint, obviously. We're going to take pretty much all of our 0 cards here because those walks are nice. We have 1 left, so I guess we're just going to be buying a close call. I totally forgot to reveal our signature card, by the way. We're using the mats from Series 1, so it doesn't have that extra space for the cards at the end, so I put it up at the top there. Our signature action would have been Scavenge, which I think we've gotten before. Take 2 random item cards from those out of play and keep 1. Take 1 random item card from those out of play. Worth 3, or we increase the terror deck. We're probably not going to be using it at this rate. This is going to be a really short video. That's unfortunate. And it is now the Poltergeist's turn. So they move 1 space towards us and they attack. Now they're attacking, 2 spaces they would move. And they prioritize victims, so they're killing a second victim. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So victim dead, bloodlust up. The dark power is going to be revealed. It is Stiff Wind. All of your moves of 2 or more are reduced by 1 space. Well, that's going to make things a little rougher, but I suppose that's a good thing because this game is going to be very short, provided I don't die, which hopefully I don't die. That would suck. Unseen Forces. If Caroline is with you, discard and draw the next terror card. Caroline is with me, so I guess we're discarding and drawing the next card. Where the hell did this storm come from? Lightning strikes your space and each space adjacent to you. 1 victim in each space is killed and you lose hearts equal to the Poltergeist's current attack value. So 1 victim in each space is killed, so unfortunately this victim dies. The bloodlust goes up, and we take 1 damage. We're down to 2 health. That's not good. That's not good. We can use the short rest now, though. That's good. And then there's, well, I guess Caroline has to panic. That's what we said we're going to do, right? We're going to have her panic. We got a 5, so she's panicking down to this space here. I'd probably panic too, honestly. And that's, okay, now it's our turn. Now it's our turn. So we're going to start by trying to shift that focus down. And we got 1 success and a partial. That's fine. We're going to lower the horror track there for our 3 dice. We'll take 1 time. We won't worry about that partial. We are going to do our short rest to try and get some health back. We've got, again, 3 perfect successes. And we are going to gain 2 health back, putting us back up to our maximum of 4. And now we're going to try and do some movement, right? We can't attack at all, so. Oh, wow. Ouch. No successes. So that's bad. We have to take 2 time and lose a heart just so we don't have to end our turn. I don't want to end my turn. Ending my turn could be bad. I should actually read this cards. There is a thing. Oh, not from here. Okay. So it says When Caroline joins you, remove all minor dark power cards from the game. You must escape with Caroline to win the game. Caroline cannot be killed or discarded for any reason. You cannot place her in your backpack. Oh. Well, I mean, she's just there for... Where do I put her? Well, I guess I'll put her over here. We'll put her over there. She can't go in my backpack, apparently. Okay, so what was I going to say? Oh, there's a thing in the rules saying that the Caroline card can actually end up being shuffled back into the deck. So that's why I was wondering if it said it on her card, but it must be one of the terror cards that does it. We're going to walk. At least we're going to try and walk. Our sprint was a bit of a failure. And we have 1 success and a partial. We're going to use... Well, no, everything of 2 and below is going to be shifted anyway, right? That's what's... what was it that dictated that? Something dictated that our... Oh, it was this. It was the dark power. All of your moves of 2 or more spaces are reduced by 1 space. So going to 2 anyway would drop us down to 1. So there's no point in wasting the card just to move 1 space. So we're going to move down this way. We're going to use our second walk. And once again, 1 success. So we're dropping 1 time, and we are... This is a really bad idea. No, I can get some time back. It's okay. And we're going to move 1 space this way. And then we are going to discard the weak attack to gain a time back. I just need to be able to buy the sprint, basically, which is only going to get us 1 space anyway. Oh no, sprint can move us 3 spaces, so provided we get 2 stars, the sprint can get us out of the mansion. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to keep my focus. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say I'm going to keep my focus in case the horror track goes back up, but if I put it down, it won't matter anyway. And we've got 1 success and a partial. I only have 1 card left, so I can't do anything about that. So, oh, that's a bad thing, eh? I guess we need to use our close call. I can't afford to take time. I need to be able to get one of the... Oh, perfect. Okay, a success. 2 successes. So we get our 2 time here, which is nice. We can get 2 sprints, and the horror track goes down by 1. And that's our turn. That was all of our cards. We have 4 time left over. We're going to buy... Oh, only 1 sprint. I guess I used 1, and I suppose we'll buy a guard. Just to be safe, we'll buy a sprint and a guard. Those will be our 4. So we got our focus. Close call goes here. Weak attack, walk, walk, sprint, short rest, focus. Sprint goes here. Zeros go here. Cards for next turn. Okay, it is now the Poltergeist's move. They move 2 spaces. They're going 1, 2. They're joining us in this little room over here. They're going to attack. I'm going to use my guard now. We're going to guard. We're going to try and guard anyway. Oh, wow, that sucks. Okay. I don't have anything that can fix that. I only have 1 card in my hand. I can't even... That's bad. Reduce... But oh no, not bad. We just reduced the damage by 1. She's only doing 1 damage. I looked at that and I was like, oh no, I have to take 1 damage for failing the guard. But it's reduced damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. Oh, reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. So I would still be taking 1 damage. I can't reduce past 1. So we're taking 1 damage still. That's okay. That's okay. The trees are alive! If you are in a window space, then take 1 heart. All victims in a window space are killed. If at least 1 victim was killed, increase the horror track. Yep. They sure were. So 2 were killed. Bloodlust is going to go up 2. We have to increase the horror track by 2. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, no, we just have to increase the horror track by 1. So we still have 3 dice. That's good. We should have to increase the horror track by 1. And we have to draw an event. That event is push to the edge. Roll a die for each victim in a window space. If the roll is a 1 through 4, that victim jumps and is killed. Wow. That's pretty fucking brutal. That's not nice. However, everyone who was in a window died anyway, so they don't have the opportunity to jump to their deaths, I guess. And that's that. There's still a terror deck, so nothing to do for the upkeep. No one died, so no one needs to panic. It is our turn. We're going for our sprint. We have 3 dice to roll. We're hoping for 2 stars. Now, we got 1 star. We got 1 star. So move up to 2 spaces and decrease time by 1. But because of stiff wind, all moves of 2 or more are reduced by 1, so we only have 1 space to move. So we're just hopping into this window space here, and that's our turn. It's the only card we have. We have 5. We have 5 in order to spend. We're going to spend it on a guard for sure. So that'll be 2 for the guard. We have 3 left. I have the walk, so that's nice, but maybe we'll take the sprint as well just to be safe. So that brings us down to 1. And we're going to be taking a close call as our last one. We're taking everything that's in our 0 pile here. We got a sprint. We got a guard. We have our hand for next turn, which I'm going to keep in my hand because we're going to play this guard in 2 seconds. It is now the killer's turn. They are moving towards us. They moved 3 spaces. They are now doing... That's not good. They're now doing 2 damage. That's bad. That's bad. That's not good. I basically have to roll either a 1 or 2 stars on this guard, or else I'm dead and have to hope that we have stuff left over from our health pool. Well, we got a partial. We got a partial. I can do that. We'll get rid of the weak attack. I want to keep the short rest so we can get health back. And we'll get rid of one of the focuses in order to turn that into a partial. So we reduce damage, excuse me, we reduce damage by 2 by turning that into a full success. So we take no damage. That's good for us. We still need to draw a terror card, which is not good. Something is coming through the wall. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, all victims panic. Any victim that exit through a window are killed. They really get a kick out of victims just jumping out of windows, don't they? So let's roll for this guy down here. We've got a 2, so they're moving over here to the foyer. Let's roll for these 2 in the trophy room. We've got a 5 and a 3. So 5 and a 3, both of them are coming this way into this little hallway section here. And then we're going to roll for the person up in the closet there. We got a 2. They're staying in the closet. They're too scared to come out of the closet. So they're going to chill there. That's it. I just dropped all my cards everywhere. I don't think any of them fell on the floor. They didn't. That was lucky. Okay, that's their turn. Oh, and we have to draw an event. We have to draw an event. Helicopter rescue. Place the helicopter token on the roof of the house. Once during the game, you may move from the attic to the helicopter as though they are adjacent. Any victim or Caroline with you may be saved. Unless you have saved Caroline, you must return to the attic. And the token must be removed. The helicopter is not considered an exit space. What? Any victims or Caroline with you may be saved. Unless you have saved Caroline, you must return to the attic and the token must be removed. What? Okay, so first things first. Helicopter token. We'll toss it up here. We can move from the attic to the helicopter. Place the helicopter token on the roof. Okay, we did that. Once during the game, you may move from the attic to the helicopter as though they are adjacent. Any victims or Caroline with you may be saved. Unless you have saved Caroline, which we have not, you must return to the attic and the token must be removed. So I guess that means that we have to use the helicopter as our escape point. That's not good. That makes things harder. We have to go back that way. We were that way. Why couldn't we draw that one earlier? I think we have to use the helicopter as an escape. I think that's what it's saying. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a movement of 4, which is brutal with the way that the fucking Poltergeist is going right now. Okay, well, it's our turn. I guess we're just going to start trying to load up here. We're going to start with our short rest to try and get some of our health back. And of course, all partials. Do I want to discard cards to get health back? Probably right, but I want to keep at least the sprint because it has a chance to get us farther. Maybe we'll just do 1. Maybe we'll discard the close call and the focus in order to change one of these partials into a success. So we'll lose a time, but we'll at least get one of our health back. That'll save us from dying if the Poltergeist attacks us. So that's something. We're going to try and walk. And we got 2 successes on our walk. It allows us to move up to 2 spaces, but because of the wind, we are only allowed to move 1. So we're going to make our way back up this way. We're going for that second walk. Perfect. 3 successes. So again, we're only allowed to move 1 space. We lose a time. We're now here. Ending it off with our sprint. If we get 2 or more stars, we succeed in saving Caroline. The game is done. So that's nice. Or hold on, maybe it wouldn't be. Because we have to save Caroline, but it says it's not considered. Hold on, where's the winning condition for this? Caroline may never be discarded. When finished, Caroline and Mr. Floppy should be hidden. Yeah. Poltergeist has no health. Note, action cards that inflict damage. This Poltergeist cannot be attacked. You do not win against her in the normal way. Instead, you only win against the Poltergeist is to find Caroline and save her by reaching an exit space while she's with you. But the event says that the helicopter can be used to save Caroline. Any victims or Caroline with you may be saved. Unless you have saved Caroline, you must return to the attic. So basically it's just saying I have to take the helicopter to get out, which is fine. So I was right. If we get 2 stars on this sprint, we're only going to be reduced by our movement of 3. We're going to be reduced by 1 because of stiff wind, so we can still move 2 spaces. So that'll be enough to get us where we need to go. So we're hoping for 2 stars. Well. That's not good, right? That's bad. I think that's bad. So I don't have any cards left in my hand. I do not have any cards left in my hand. No successes. So we either have to take a health 2 time and end our turn and move it. Well, we're taking a health and losing 2 time anyway, so I may as well move the space into the attic. Move the space into the attic. Our turn ends. So we go to... I guess it's the timeout thing, right? Does it bring our time to 0? No, it's just to end our turn, because there would be no point in it saying reduce your time and put your time to the end track. So I think we still get the 2 time to. I still think we get the 2 time in order to buy stuff, which we're going to buy a guard with, by the way. We're buying that guard. And that's all that we can buy. So, oh no, do I buy the guard or do I buy the sprint? If all we can do is guard, I'm not going to be able to play anything to move. The odds that I even get through this turn, I think I have to buy the guard. I don't think I have a choice. The odds that I even get through this turn with an attack, which would kill me if I didn't block against it, and with the terror card are probably not great. Probably not great. So I think I have to do the guard. I don't think I have a choice here. So the Poltergeist is going to move towards us. 3 spaces. They are now in the attic with us. They're going to attack us. We're going to use our guard. We're rolling. We got 2 successes. Ignore all damage. That saves us from that attack at least. That's nice. Roll a die. Take damage equal to your roll. You may defend or kill that many victims. You choose which. If there are not enough victims, you must choose to take the damage. Well, I guess I have to hope that I get 4 or less then. And we did. We got 3. Am I really going to kill... Am I really going to kill 3 victims? That would increase the bloodlust by... That would put the bloodlust at the max. We would have to increase the terror track. But I also don't want to take 3 damage because I have no idea if I have health left underneath that token up there. So I think we don't have any choice but to kill 3 victims. So sorry, victims, but it's just a matter of circumstance. Caroline's more important than you are. So we're back to 2 dice. We need to... down here. We need to, hopefully, I mean, we can't even make a move. We have no cards to play. We just have to buy stuff. We just have to end our turn and buy stuff. So, does Mr. Floppy have an additional thing? If Dark Power has become revealed, you may remove this card. If the Dark Power has been revealed, it hasn't, you may remove this card from the game to ignore its effect. To ignore the effects of Caroline, Where Are You? If this card is discarded for any reason, shuffle it into the nearest item deck. Okay, so obviously we need to buy a guard because we need to defend ourselves. We need to buy both of these sprints, and then we're taking these 6 zeros here in order to try and maximize our movement here. That's all we can do. That's just our turn. So we're going to get attacked by the Poltergeist. So we're going to try and guard. We only have 2 dice. Well, we got 1 success, so we decrease damage by 2, which is going to deal 1 damage to us, unfortunately. We are on our last health. That's not good. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, increase by 2. And then move towards the closest victim. She's leaving! She's leaving! She's moving towards the closest victim! Oh my god, this might save us. So she moves 3 towards the closest victim, which is 1, 2, 3. She is not close enough to attack it. I think that terror card just saved us. Damn, dude. That was luck. We were totally dead if she attacked us. And I have a strong feeling we do not have extra health underneath that. We do not have extra health underneath that token up there. So, no one's died in the space. The terror deck's still there, so no upkeep. So we're going into our turn. We're going for that walk. 2 partials, that's fine. We're going to get rid of the short rest and the weak attack. We're going to turn that partial into a success. We lose 1 time, but we get to move 1 space. We have successfully saved ourselves and Caroline by using the helicopter which means we have successfully defeated the Poltergeist. The Haunting of Creech Manor has been unhaunted. Well, I don't know about that. It's probably still haunted, but we succeeded. It took us an extra 20 minutes from when we were over on that window space there and only needed one card to be able to escape and win. But then it decided to put the helicopter into play, and we had to come up to the helicopter. That was a bit of a pain. It definitely extended the scenario here a bit, but that's fine, honestly. That's perfectly fine. This was a cool scenario. It went really quick. I can only imagine if I had to search through more things. We had a pretty rough go there. I can't imagine having to search through more things to get to find Caroline. I'm lucky she was in the attic. But I do like that I had to search stuff. Like I was saying before, I really haven't used a whole lot of search tools in all the other scenarios. It's just never particularly felt needed. I've been more focused on trying to save victims, which we saved no victims in this scenario, by the way. We didn't save anyone. But usually I'm more focused on saving victims and trying to build up cards in order to take on the enemies. But because we don't deal damage in this one and we have to search, that definitely kind of threw a loop to my normal strategy. So it was interesting. I liked the scenario. I thought it was quite good. Let's see if we had extra health under this token here. Had the Poltergeist attacked us, we would have had 1 extra health. So we would have had an extra health had we needed it. Luckily, we did not, and we just managed to escape. Luckily, that terror card came up and had her go towards the victim instead of us, because that definitely made life a lot easier for us. But yeah, that's it. That's the Haunting at Creech Manor, of Creech Manor. That's the Haunting of Creech Manor. It was good. I liked it. Oh, no. We have to read Alice's card. For Alice's eyes only, if it wants to focus. Do not open until you have survived a game with Alice. We've got Alice's shotgun. This item may only be used when Alice is chosen as the final girl. Click, click, boom. At a range of 0, add 1 damage plus star. I guess it'll explain it. Alice's shotgun cannot modify on action cards and must be used without one. Once per turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand and roll a die. Deal damage to each enemy in your space for each star rolled. Oh, you roll 6 dice. Oh, wow. So you roll all 6 dice and you deal 1 damage to every enemy in that space for each star that you roll. If at least half of the dice are blank, discard Alice's shotgun. That sucks. But I guess they have to counteract how fucking badass that power is. Because damn, that's a good power. That's a good power. So yeah, that's the Haunting at Creech Manor. It was fun. It was fun. If you guys have played Final Girl, or you have played the Haunting at Creech Manor scenario, let me know what you think of it down below. It's always interesting to see what people think about the games that we're playing. If watching this has made you want to try the game for yourself, let me know that down below as well, because it's interesting as well to see what people think, or what games people end up trying based on the stuff that we take a look at here. I don't know why it was so hard for me to say that. I say that in like every video. I don't know why I got tripped up on it. If you're over on Instagram, you can follow us at Board Games Are For Everybody on Instagram. We just post photos of games that we're playing, as well as stuff that we pick up. Just come hang out, talk about games, have a good time. If you're on Board Game Arena, you can send me a friend request at Games Are For Everybody. Just Games Are For Everybody. Over on Board Game Arena. Maybe we can play a game sometime. But that's it for Final Girl, The Haunting of at Creech Manor. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I will see you all next time. Until then, just remember the board games are for everybody. And until next time, peace.